Scott here again with the Tourist Trap, and going to give you some tips today on driving in Orlando. As you can see, it's rush hour traffic. It's going on 3 o'clock. Usually around anywhere between 2-ish, 3 o'clock is when the rush hour kind of starts up until about 6. It's kind of a hit or miss. And there's usually not an accident that's preventing this backup. Just people trying to get home from work. Busy, and there's like 4 or 5 lanes of traffic. And the construction over here does not help at all with driving through downtown to get from one side of the city to the other. As you can see, it's pretty backed up. This is a daily routine, daily thing here in Orlando. So if you're coming to Orlando, and you're going somewhere in town, you might always want to leave early. Earlier the better. Think you got 30 minutes to get there? Nah, you better give yourself a good hour, just in case, according to what time you venture out into where the location is. You might be a while. That's life in Orlando. I-4 is one of the busiest interstates in the U.S. and the Florida Highway Patrol's headed up that way. I don't know if we may have an accident in the works. And sometimes you're like, oh, is this a major accident? What's going on? And some of these I've waited an hour and a half in setting still traffic, hardly moving. And I keep saying to myself, this better be one big, humongous accident for this to be backed up. And you get up there, and they're to the side of the road, they're not blocking anything, and somebody has a flat tire. It's people looking, people gawking, rubbernecking. It's just ridiculous. It happens all the time down through here. It's just horrible. And the weather's nice. Unfortunately, my air conditioner doesn't work in the car, so when I'm in these backup standstills during the summer, it is not fun. Not at all. You're rolling the windows down. You've ran out of soda or water to drink, and you're like, am I going to make it home? That's always the question. And it always backs up by Cayley Avenue. I know all the backup spots are here in downtown. It'll back up to Lee Road, according to which direction you're going in. As you can see, we're sitting still in this lane, but everybody's trying to get on the Florida Turnpike here, going westbound. I'm going westbound right now because I live by the mall Millennia by Universal Studios, and the 408. This is the 408 here, and then the next one, I said it was the Florida Turnpike, but this is people trying to get on the 408. He's usually backs things up. And if you're going to downtown on East, the right lane is always going to be backed up. Everybody getting on the 408. So if you're traveling, always try to drive in the left lane on I-4 as much as possible, because that lane's going to move faster than all these other lanes. As you can see, the far left lane over there is moving way much faster than I am. But this lane will run out down here on me because some of these cars are going onto the Florida Turnpike. But there may be an accident up here, I'm not sure. It's right before you get on the OBT, which is the Orange Blossom Trail. We abbreviate everything here. It's OBT's the Orange Blossom Trail, and OIA is Orlando International Airport. It's so much faster to say OIA instead of Orlando International Airport. And I'm going to be a while, it does look like. But when you come to Orlando, plan accordingly. You don't know the roads here. Afternoons, very busy downtown through downtown Orlando, either direction. And like I said, you got a dinner reservation, or you're planning to go to dinner, say downtown Orlando, you're up by Disney, I would leave an hour early at least. mornings, early morning rush hour could be bad sometimes. This morning it wasn't bad because it's the day after the holiday, but it's mostly mornings like 7 a.m. I've had to run over to Winter Park to pick my friend up, and I've left at 7 a.m. and I was a good hour getting over there, which normally takes me 30 minutes time. And now we got another cop coming by. This is the two more cops, which is the Orlando Police Department. The one way ahead was the Florida Highway Patrol, so something must be going on up here. But when is there not something going on in Orlando? There's always something with flashing lights. Every day I go out, I've passed 3 fire trucks today. They screaming by, you know, you're talking about somebody in hot pursuit, and a fire truck is definitely going to a hot one. It must have been a real hot one today because I seen 2 fire trucks, so that must have been one big blaze. And as you can see, not moving very fast, and there's exits that are closed through downtown with all the construction on the I-4 widening project, which has been going on for about a year, and it'll probably be going on in the next 3 years. By the time they do get it widened, it will be obsolete. I hear more cops coming up behind. They're screaming. No, it looks like an ambulance this time. People's not wanting to get over. Yeah, it is the fire department. And there goes, oh, that's a lawn care place. They're driving over. Okay, they're in the lane. But that fire truck is having a hard time getting through. Normally, if there's an accident, they will call the fire department, even if there's not a fire, which kind of makes sense. I have seen cars on fire down here. One of the other things about Orlando is it doesn't. This time of year is the dry season from October till May, so we don't get a lot of rain. We haven't got a lot of rain. I thought it was going to rain pretty good here a little while ago. It sprinkled. It's about all we got was a little drizzle, and that was it. We're known as the lightning capital of the world. A lot of people may or may not know that. Most people do. When Universal Studios first came here to Orlando, they used to drive around the city and film lightning. Of course, they don't do no production there no more, so they don't. One good thing that they do have here is these digital signs that tells you how long it will take you and how many miles to certain exits up the freeway. Especially when things are backed up like this, it's very good to know how much time it's going to take you to get to, say, Lake Buena Vista or 192 at Lake by Disney, or Dr. Phillips, or wherever, which is always a good thing. So be careful when you come to Orlando driving on I-4. I-4 is a bottleneck. When I worked at Epcot, first started working at Disney, I worked at Epcot, and it would be so backed up. They would say, do you see the parking lot out there on I-4? I'm like, yes, I was in it. So it's pretty much a parking lot. And you wonder with 1, 2, 3, 4 lanes, why it is backed up. Normal days, this is usually backed up like this. But I think there might be a wreck, but I'm not sure. When there's a wreck, it backs up even further. It might back up 8 miles up the road. So these people could be sitting here for a long time. Absolutely insane traffic here and a lot of construction. So I'm going to end it here, but I'll give you more travel tips as we progress on this channel. And excited to be able to do this. There goes another cop. He doesn't have his lights on. The good OPD. And yeah, that's it. This is what you would call, this is not really a tourist trap, this is a human trap. I'm kind of trapped out here until I can get home. But anyways, more vlogs to come. more places to see, more things to tell you about, more travel tips, ins and outs of Disney. Got a lot of information to give you at Disney around the area. Hopefully save you some time and money. A lot of people don't know about, and I tell people about, and they're like, I didn't know about that. Usually tell family members, and I didn't know about that. I used to tell guests at the park things, and they didn't know that. So I'm like, I don't know everything, but I know quite a bit. I've been at it quite a long time with my history, with knowing the history of Disney. And I don't know everything there either. Don't expect the cast members over there to all know everything as well, because just because they work at Disney doesn't mean they all know it all. But anyways, back to my road back up, and I will catch you later. Thanks for watching. And now we get to see the reason for our backup of all this time. As you can see, the fire truck's blocking the road, the police, and they have a little minor fender bender. Woo-hoo. That's what caused all that backup. Insane.